Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day. In my hands is one of those releases. It's Decades Marvel in the 50s. Captain America Strikes. Now, Marvel is celebrating their 80th birthday, and they're doing so by releasing a whole bunch of really interesting comics that kind of go over the history of the company, and this is one of them. They're putting out a bunch of trades that go through the various decades, focusing on not like the key issues or like really famous stuff, but things they kind of represent the time. They think represents the time. Now this one's all about Captain America, and it's kind of fascinating. So it's got Young Men number 24 through 28 by John Romita Sr. with Mort Lawrence. And then Captain America number 76 by Bill Benulus and Jack Abell. And then John Romita Sr. is the second story. And Captain America 77 through 78, John Romita Sr. Then Men's Adventures number 27 to 28 by Mort Lawrence and John Romita Sr. A lot of it, they don't have all the credits just because of what the time was like. So, written by unknown. And then they actually have a fairly more modern take. It's Captain America Theater of War, America First from 2008, written by and art by Howard Chaykin, colors by Edgar Delgado, letter by Dave Lanphear. There's also covers by Carl Burgos, which is Young Men 24 through 28, Captain 76, Men's Adventures 27 to 28, John Romita Sr. is Captain America 77 through 78, and then Howard Chaykin, and then Edgar Delgado for Theater of War. So we're going to talk about why there was a comic from 2008 and something from the 1950s. So, yeah, obviously 1950s was a very interesting time. Looking at post-World War II, Red Scare's going on, and Marvel Comics reflected that. It really reflected that Red Scare, communism's all around the corner as far as that. So there's a nice little page introduction kind of talking about the time by Jess Harold. And as he mentions, that this is a time that superhero comics were just not really popular. Horror, suspense, crime, war, Western humor was really kind of what was kicking off. So Marvel, which was Atlas at this time, wasn't doing so hot. But they brought back their characters, Captain America, Human Torch, and Namor to do some adventures. And Captain America wound up being this commie-smashing hero. Now, you might sit there and say, but wait, Captain America was frozen at the end of World War II. Well, that's where the Howard Chaykin stuff comes in. Turns out this wasn't Steve Rogers and Captain America that we know. It was later switched up as to being the Captain America of the 1950s, who was this vehemently anti-communist character. And holy crap, is this anti-communist. Like, this oozes propaganda. And I mean, if anyone that says comics wasn't full of politics, clearly missed the 50s. And it was really kind of cool about this is the series I've never even heard of. Like, I've never heard Men's Adventures. I never heard Young Men. Obviously heard Captain America. This is material I've never seen. I've never read before. And it's pretty awesome. It's as far as storytelling, adventure, all that, like, very different style than it is today, but this is a good chunk of history. It really gives you kind of a mindset of what was going on at the time. Some great history as far as that, and then really just a snapshot of what Marvel was putting out and kind of the focus then. It's just fascinating to read, and again, like, Captain America, in the title of the cover, it says Captain America, Commie Smasher. Like, right there, Captain America, Commie Smasher. It's kind of interesting like that. So, like the other volume that came out that was in the 40s, I wish that there was more about the actual history of the comics of the time. Like, we get basically the comics, we get the intro, there's some extras in the back, which I'll show off in a little bit, but I wish there was just a little bit more actual, like, educational material within. That's kind of my only knock so far on these trades. As far as collecting comics, it's really fascinating stuff I would never have heard of or even thought of checking out. As far as extras, of course, we got all the covers, which is cool. Not really extras, but covers. And then, I don't remember if I said it, the Howard Chaykin inclusion in the 2008 story was to explain the whole Captain America of the 1950s thing. We get unlettered art from various comics, which is pretty cool to check out. Some really nice stuff to scope out. And then some variants of Howard Chaykin stuff. And then Marvel Masterworks Atlas Eras Volume 1 introduction by Roy Thomas and Volume 2 introduction. So overall, like, it's a great package. $24.99. This is stuff I'd never even heard of or read before, and I just find it really, really amazing. Just how much, like, it was rah go US, screw the commies. Red Skull, who we would all consider today as a fascist and Nazi, was down with the commies. I mean, he outright says, where's the quote? International Syndicate of Crime, Bury Murder Inc., working with Reds and Murder, Sabotage. Like, yeah, it's some crazy stuff. John Romita Sr.'s art is awesome. It's just a cool piece of history. The other thing that's a little bit weird that you folks might want to know about is the issues aren't necessarily in order as in the issue numbers, so it doesn't go Captain America, necessarily goes Captain America 76 and then 77 and 78. It does seem to go by month, which I don't remember if the 1940 did that. I didn't notice it. So just kind of be aware of that it does skip around a little bit, which I kind of like. It takes you through the time of the year a little bit more than just putting it in the issue order. So yeah, this is really cool. It's a cool piece of history. I'm a political nerd. I love this sort of stuff. I like my some politics and comics. I like them to challenge and kind of discuss the real world and reflect that, and this absolutely does. This is like right-wing, hardcore, jingoistic, rah-rah US, screw the Reds writing, and it's just a fascinating piece of history. It actually makes me want to go back and read more of that time, because it clearly is, I think, a very overlooked time period that seems to be fascinating. So this is going to be out in comic shops today. It's going to be out in bookstores. It should be 2 weeks from now. Go support your comic shop. Absolutely go support your comic shop. There's a link beneath this video. You put in your zip code, tell if your shop's near you, no shop, no problem. There are affiliate links. We do get a small percent because they're affiliate links, but go support your shop. Speaking of support, I want to thank Marvel for hooking us up with this. We always appreciate it. We like to be transparent, and thank you for watching. Now, if you're into Marvel, into comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Pinterest, everything, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Till next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.